Hi guys. So I decided to do my project on mental health within the Black community. So as the title says, therapy. We do know I'm Black, right? An overview on how the Black community view mental. So what is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and how we act. So, mental health within the Black community. The Black community suffers from an increased rates of mental health concerns, including anxiety and depression. So it's been researched that the adults in the Black community suffers is 20% more likely to experience mental health problems, such as major depressive disorder or anxiety. And emerging adults 18 to 25 tend to experience higher rates of mental health problems and lower rates of mental health services compared to their white counterparts. So it's no surprise that majority of African Americans don't believe in mental health care. I think it's just been the way that, just the way that everybody's been brought up. Like, you're Black, what is your, what's depression, what's you have anxiety, what is that? It's not something that the Black community really believes in, but I'm really glad that things are changing and we're kind of seeing a change in that, and the future generation is actually taking care of their mental health. So speaking about mental health has been somewhat tabooed within the Black community. So for lack of a better word, I think a lot of things that um you learn growing up right now we would consider it extremely toxic, because then it's not helping you get any better. So as I mentioned earlier, there's little to no conversation within the Black community about mental health. So I think it's because Black people, especially Black women, has always been perceived to be extremely strong, both physically and mentally. So if there's a moment where there's any sort of weakness, it's not dealt with, and so you kind of have to push all of that down, which is, at the end of the day, not good for you. So I think it's time we start having a conversation when it comes to mental health within the Black community and recognizing proper way to deal with it. So during this research real quick, I realized like it's easy to, just say Black people don't believe in mental health, and it kind of turned into a joke a little bit. But looking at it, you gotta ask yourself, like, why? Why do you everybody just mentally have automatically have this mentality? So systematic barriers disproportionately impact mental health in the Black community. So Black people make up roughly 12% of the U.S. population. However, they make up 40% of the homeless population, 50% of the prison population, and 45% of the children that in the foster care system. Black people are afraid to go to the hospital for the simple reasons that there is no trust in the healthcare system to help them. It's been, you know, proven that you have a lot of healthcare providers who, you know, they say that Black people have thicker skin and higher pain tolerance. So then, can you imagine, going to the hospital for healthcare, mental health care, and you're not gonna get taken seriously. So breaking away from toxic traits and thoughts. So as I said earlier, there's a movement, there's a push within the Black community that I'm seeing, where it's like, take care of yourself mentally. We're stepping away from the thoughts that it's been engraved in us, the thoughts that our parents and our grandparents had. We're trying to break away from those, and I think some of those thoughts um might be the thinking that it's weak for Black men to cry and show emotion. That is the one thing that needs to be thrown out the window. Another is, if you're a Christian, you should only pray and not go to therapy. You're dealing with depression, you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with suicidal thoughts, you're dealing with, any type of mental health issue. You will get the answer. You go to an adult, a seasoned adult, they'll tell you pray. That's it, which is not good. And Black people don't go to therapy or talk about their feelings. That is something that needs to be thrown out the window. Everybody goes to therapy. Everybody needs therapy. Even if you don't think you need therapy, you need therapy. It's not something that, is so taboo or horrible that you don't need to go to therapy. So that is my presentation. Just a very quick sort of overview and thoughts on the Black community and how they view mental health, and kind of stepping away from all of that.